Vanilla Arch Linux for the average computer user? I know, I can already hear the doubt in your voice, and I can't say I disagree. However, I would like to share with you guys this new tool that Arch has included in their ISO to make the installation for Arch Linux just that much simpler. Right when you sign in, if you're connected to a Ethernet, type archinstall with no space, and this will start the script. And it will just very simply walk you through the steps of doing a basic install. Choose your country, choose your language, choose your file system type that you'd like, and give it a name. And of course, if you can spell, you can then choose your passwords and create additional users and give them passwords and sudo access as well. Here you can choose what kind of desktop you want. I'm going to go with a KDE desktop. And of course I'm running this in VirtualBox, so I'm going to use the Mesa graphics. And in addition to that, I also want to make sure to also install Firewall D, the VirtualBox guest editions, and of course a antivirus, which I'll install ClamAV. And then choose my Ethernet, and then choose DHCP, choose my time zone. This part takes a few minutes. In my case, it took a little over 9 minutes to do the full download and install of all the packages that I have. Once that's done, I'm going to arch-chroot into mount, and I'm going to enable those services for those applications that I installed separate. First I'll do Firewall D. Then I'm going to update ClamAV. And then I will enable the two services for ClamAV and enable the service for the VirtualBox editions. Once that's done, I will exit, and then I will shut down the virtual machine so that I can unmount that ISO. And once that's done, I will start it again and go ahead and sign in to my fresh install of Arch Linux running the KDE desktop environment. A couple of things that I found interesting or surprising about the installer was one, that it didn't include an automatic install for a firewall, or in the very least a option to choose to automatically install and enable it. And I was also surprised at that with the ClamAV not being a defaulted option for that. I wasn't terribly surprised at not including the VirtualBox guest editions. That if you're looking to do that, of course you can be expected to know to at least look up how to do that on the Arch Wiki. Some other odd things that I found missing were cups for printing. And I found it interesting as well that Krita was not included in the KDE package, at least for the full application add-on packages. But otherwise, it was a very smooth installation, and overall, it took less than 20 minutes to go from non-functional to on a full-fledged desktop. If I needed to do this again for a friend or a family member, I could very easily get them set up and running. And as for myself, I do think I will be using the Arch install script, mostly because I feel as though I've already been through that initial initiation process that allows you to learn how the system works and how to then of course troubleshoot when something doesn't function in Arch. And I think the availability of this will bring more people who are already maybe on Linux or on a Arch-based Linux, in the very least, into the vanilla Arch ecosystem. So thank you very much for listening. Let me know what you think. Obviously, of course, this is not for the average computer user. Arch is still very much an intermediate operating system, but I do think that this will help bring more people into Arch who may have been on the fence up till now. Please give me a like and subscribe if you like it. If you don't like it, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. I'd like to hear from you in the comments, or if you'd like to float me an email, I've got my link to my website with all my contact information in the description below. Thank you very much.